Hello everyone and welcome. So today we are talking about money, supposedly the most important thing in our lives right now. कितनी बार हमने किसी को बोलते हुए सुना होगा आई एम ओनली डूइंग दिस फॉर मनी एंड इफ़ इट वर नॉट फॉर द मनी कब का छोड़ दिया होता. हम सब अपनी वर्किंग लाइफ्स ज़्यादातर पैसे के पीछे भागते हुए बिताते हैं और चाहे हम खुश हैं कि नहीं हैं, चाहे हम परेशान हैं, कितना भी स्ट्रेस हो रहा है, we keep doing our thing because we want the money. But I read a very interesting line in an article in a Goan magazine, and the heading of the article was Indian senior citizens dying rich but not living rich. And I was completely touched by that line because it's a little painful that and it's true also that most of us live in poverty and die in wealth because we are running after money our whole lives, and by the time we have enough money we are actually old and we can't enjoy the things, do the things that we always really wanted to do. It's too late, and that is kind of sad. So which means that our generation should also end up like that? I don't think so. So today's episode, today's video is about FU money. I'm sure all of you have heard FU and understand what it means, but यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा different context है. And this is not something I've made up. I'm nobody to say FU to money, but there's a book, there's an international best-selling book called FU Money by Dan Lok, and a Chinese author, and this book is propagated widely by financial independence enthusiasts. So let us understand what is FU money. As per Dan Lok, FU money means having enough money, इतना पैसा आपके पास अगर इकट्ठा हो जाए that you can meet your basic needs and that you can say no to anything that you don't want or that you don't like. So you can say no to a bad job, you can say no to a bad boss without fearing that how will you meet your basic needs. The roti, kapda and makan is sorted. So that is called having FU money. Basically it means that you can say no to anything that you don't want to put up with, that you don't like to put up with, and you can really do what you want to do in your life because your basic needs are met. So that is the whole idea. FU money doesn't mean complete financial independence. It doesn't mean you never have to go back to your job or you don't have to earn money or you're ready to retire, you have so much money. It's not that situation. It's a middle situation. You have saved or invested some amount of money, some safety net that you have, that you can do very well in your life. You can live your lifestyle for a couple of months, for a couple of years maybe, without a job. So you can experiment with your life. एक दो महीने या एक दो साल अगर आपकी रेगुलर सैलरी नहीं आए तो भी आप सर्वाइव कर सकते हो और आप अपने पैशन को परस्यू कर सकते हो. कोई अगर आपको क्लासेस या कोर्सेज करनी है अपने पैशन को परस्यू करने के लिए तो उनको अफोर्ड कर सकते हो, अपार्ट फ्रॉम योर मीटिंग योर बेसिक नीड्स ऑफ रोटी, कपड़ा एंड मकान. दैट इज़ FU मनी. सो FU में FU की फुल फॉर्म है वैसे फॉरगेट यू मनी, बट देन we can more bluntly call it just the conventional FU money. And basically this is not a rich people thing. I know what you're all thinking, ki people who have enough money saved by their families and generational wealth can do what they like. This is not that concept. FU money has to be earned by yourself. So it has to be your own hard-earned, self-earned money that you have saved or invested over the years while doing your job so that you can survive some time, whatever it is, maybe 6 months, maybe 2 years, without depending on your job. Basically it's that amount of money which you have yourself saved or invested that you can free yourself from, running after that monthly paycheck, and that if that paycheck doesn't come, you don't know how you'll survive in the next month. If you're not in that situation, you have FU money and you can experiment with your life. You can pursue what you really want to do, your passions, so that you don't end up just running after money your whole life and then regretting it later when you're old and you don't have much to do with that money except for to pass it on to the next generation. So this is a beautiful concept because it allows us to experiment with our lives, and it allows us to take little calculated risks in our life with our careers, to experiment and to do something that fulfills us and makes us really happy. And the most important part, the most important way to understand FU money is that it also allows you to make your own mistake. So having your own FU money means having the freedom to screw up. What that means is, maybe you leave your job, you leave your boss to try something new, to experiment, and it doesn't work out. So then you can have the freedom to come back to your job, to the old ways if it doesn't work out, because experiments don't always give you results. But then it's always great to try new things, then to regret later that what if I had done that, and after some years you start regretting. So FU means having the freedom to screw up, having the freedom to make mistakes, and having the freedom to maybe lose a little bit and come back to the old job if it doesn't work out, right? Because we never know. We never know if experiments will be successful. They may do wonders when we try new things with our career. They may not do wonders. So the FU mindset also means having an open mindset and welcoming these nuances of the changing times, and not judging people for taking career breaks, for taking little bit of a step back in their career, a step back in their jobs, to really think and experiment and learn new things and be more creative, take more risks. So it is a beautiful concept, and I have seen this concept work out in my real life, in my very close personal life. So my father was a renowned CA when I was about 6 years old, very small, and he was 10 years into the CA practice, and he was not quite enjoying it, and he felt that he was made for something else, although he was very successful and he had established a very good practice, a very good client base, but he felt something was lacking and not fulfilling him, and he had responsibilities. He had me, my brother was even younger to me, he was 3-4 years old, then I was there. So he had a family, 2 kids, everything. He had responsibilities. But because he had saved a little bit so that he could afford our basic needs and our school fees, our doctor fee, so he decided to experiment, and he renounced his CA practice and started pursuing law. So my dad did law when I was 6 years old, and today he has grown after 25 years. His lawyer's practice is many, many times bigger than his CA practice, and he has flourished like anything. And he's one of the most renowned lawyers that people know in our city. But if he had not taken that little chance, he would have never known. And most importantly, today he's so fulfilled that he can easily retire, but he wouldn't want to retire. So he still enjoys his job a lot. He's still passionate about law and courtrooms, and every day he wakes up early morning and rushes to the court, not because he has to run after it for money, but because he actually loves it and he's actually good at it and passionate about it. And he'll continue to do that, I think, forever. He's never going to stop. So that is a happy story where he actually led a fulfilling life, if I look back at the last 25 years, and he did not wait for old age to become happy, or he did not wait for earning the sufficient amount of money for his entire life so that he can sit back and relax. He enjoyed his life and he's still enjoying. So I feel that's an inspiring story, and the real hack is that at that time, when I was 6 years old, when we were small, and when he was taking this decision, he was in doubt. He was in two minds about it. But He took the courage. It takes little bit of courage, little bit of risks, and little bit of financial intelligence, that he had kept those savings, those investments, so that we don't suffer for a couple of years or 3 4 years when he's experimenting, and our lives remain smooth while he's taking those little calculated risks to arrive at where he wanted to be in his life at that time. So this story is very old, but then the concept of FU money is new, but then this story is very old. So it is something that people have been doing. It is not a rich people thing. It is not that you're just free and you're just privileged so you can do that. No, anybody can do that if they make intelligent savings and intelligent investments. This is definitely not for freshers, because freshers need to learn and slog and really experiment with working under someone and learning how work life really is. So it is basically for those mid-career professionals who are very good, who have very intelligently saved and invested, and who understand a lot, who can do a lot, but somehow feel restricted to their job, somehow feel slave to that monthly paycheck, and are really not able to take that brave step. These little moments of courage really make our lives, and they either change our lives, they either create magic, or we learn our lessons and we grow. But anyways, we turn out to become a better person, and we turn out to have more fulfilling lives because we could at least try what we wanted to do. It may or may not have been a success, but there's only one life that we have, right? So this is the entire idea of FU money, that you have enough money of your own that you can say FU to a bad job, to a bad boss, to something that you don't want to do or continue doing for some time. So it's more of in the time being kind of a thing. It's not that you have enough money forever, but you have enough money in the interim. So I thought it's a great concept, and I thought that ideas like these are very important because we are living in very changing times. We are not living in the times where people will sacrifice their whole lives and so that their children can have a great life. We are living in more individualistic times. We are living in more, I think, times where people can experiment with their lives, where people can learn, people can earn, and there are various means to earn. We don't need to stick to conventional jobs. We don't need to stick to conventional means of earning money. I thought I would bring out this concept because we are living in more interesting times, and there are such creative things, such amazing things that we can do with social media, with so much around us, so much opportunities around us, that we have to be open to these new ideas and these new ways of thriving in the modern world. Thank you.